you know, people love to talk about what's not so new about the school, and that to me is really not the issue. I feel very lucky to have gone to this school. I never would have been the same person if I hadn't started here, had the same experiences in this small, amazing town with this small, amazing school. The reason that we live in Palm City is so that my kids could go to the same school that I went to. For me, the only thing that needs to change is the safety. If it wasn't for the safety, I would say keep the school for a million more years. It has a lot of value and memories for me. So it's not about the age, and it's not about the lack of sophistication. It's really more to me about the fact that my children and all the children here deserve to have the safest school possible. And we know, because we've read the reports, that this school is functionally obsolete.
Palm City Elementary is a 60-year-old school. Jensen Beach Elementary is a 48-year-old school. These schools were built at a time when safety and security was not at the foremost of our educational system.
Because situationally, I have to seat myself in the office to look outside my window and then down the office out my door so that I'm constantly aware of who's coming in and what's going on around us.
The security issue is one that we all take very seriously. Looking at this school, there's 9 different buildings in 9 different settings, and it makes it a little bit more difficult to make sure that the area is completely secure. Anytime these tragedies have taken place, from Sandy Hook to what's happened down south, your immediate reaction goes to, what would we do in a situation like that? And I immediately look at the children that I have in the classroom, and then I think about my own family being here in this school and wanting to be there to keep them safe. It makes it a very difficult situation.
You know, we've done some training, so that kind of puts you in that mindset of, okay, what would I do? And I'm looking at where my class is located, what could I do with my kids, where am I going to bring them if something happens? And we were instructed to come up with a plan of what's the best thing to ensure the safety of our students.
It always did give me a sense of peace to know that my kids were on our campus, and I always trusted their teachers to do what they knew best. God forbid that they would need to handle a situation, but there is always that sense of panic. We are in a campus that's so spread out, and sometimes we feel really cut off from other buildings. And I think about how I would navigate the campus. I think about that just with kindergartners too. You know, like how would I get them out of the building if I had to? I know that a new school will make us so much safer. I think just having a more secure single point of entry, or having everybody under one roof, there's a lot of updates that could be made to keep us safer.
Hear these headlines, the first thing you think about is your child's school. And our school is even though our staff has been trained in the latest security protocols, our building could be safer. And by building a new school from the ground up, we can have a safer environment for our students, for our teachers, our staff. And in this day and age, it has to be done.
As much as we've done to educate our staff on safety precautions, there's only so much they can do. And this building a new school would definitely increase that safety of our kids.
If they were in our shoes, if they were in the shoes of any parent, they would want their own family to be in a secure location where they wouldn't have to think about what's behind them. They can only think about the things that are being given to them instructionally, and always feel the sense of safety, security, and just overall enjoyment of being in an elementary school, because really that's what it's about for children of that age, to think about just the things that they are taking in as a sponge rather than worrying about what could be around the corner.
Every school is going to benefit from this initiative. Every school who needs something is going to get what they need, whether it's South Fork High School or Indiantown Middle. Everyone has a stake in this initiative. There's not a person in Martin County, whether you're thinking about it from a property perspective, whether you're thinking about it from an educational perspective, a safety perspective, there's not a person in this county who lives here that wouldn't benefit from the schools being taken care of in the way that they all need to be. Plus, it's just a half a cent.
I really like this school. It's one of my favorite places.